And Chris joins me now in the studio. Congratulations, first of all, on your awards. Before we go into the awards themselves, just tell us a bit of a background to this film. You've put it together yourself. It's not your sort of your day job, is it?
Actually, it's a bit of both, yeah. It was based on my day job. I run a health club as part of a hotel chain, but my passion's been filmmaking and stuff, and I finished university and was looking for another project to do, and so we decided we were going to make the hotel and the health club the next location and the next story, and that is the origins of Helltel, our new film.
Now, Helltel sounds a bit like a horror film, but it's not. It's a comedy, isn't it?
It's a comedy.
What's the story?
Oh, the story is about a hard-working lad called Jimmy who gets a new job as the manager of a health club at the disastrous Tarquin Towers Hotel, and he goes on to have the first day from hell. And that's really the story of it. And
this has had some success in Los Angeles, I believe. So tell us how you got involved with an awards scheme out there. Did you have to put your film forwards? Yeah, absolutely. We finished it, and we decided we was going to try and just put it out into the world and see what happens. And so episodically, it was a series, and we put it out to the Los Angeles Web Fest. And we went on to win a few awards, and we went out to screen out there, and the location of the festival was at Sony Studios, and we actually screened in the Jimmy Stewart Theatre in the Sony lot. Wow, that's quite a coup, isn't it? It was a coup. Were you out there yourself? I went out there myself, and we did a panel talking about the film. Brilliant. And the lady who hosted the panel was an Academy Award-winning writer of Witness of Harrison Ford called Pamela Wallace, and she got on board with it as well and liked it. So you met all these people, and it's all from Lancashire, their film. And so, talking about the people from Lancashire, there's a big team of people being involved in this. How did you even begin to get this team of cast and production crew together? Well, it was crazy. We've been making films, but we had no funding for this. That was the key thing. So we had the story and we're ready to make it, and we had to make a decision. Was we going to be talking about it in a year's time, or was we just going to go for it? So last year we thought we'll just go for it, and we began this 58-page script and 40 plus characters in it as well, and some of them are a big cast, isn't it? Massive and intimidating. So when we came to cast it, we needed like health club members in the story. Actual health club members in real life took the parts, and they were pretty good, and literally everyone volunteered and nobody said no, and all these people came together to make the film. Fantastic. And you managed to complete it. That's quite a feat in itself, isn't it? Absolutely. Yeah, it was so intimidating to make, and it was. How long did it take you from having the initial idea of the story to write the script, develop it, plan it, cast it, and film it and edit it? That must have been a very long process. Well, I think because I've been working in this place for so long, I think I had the story in my head. So when it came chance for we could film this, I wrote it in 2 weeks, which is the fastest I've ever written anything, and then we shot it over 3 months, and it was absolutely a nightmare because you were kind of working in a job and then filming in the job and then casting about 3 months and then 6 months to put together, and then here we are now. It's on Amazon Prime to watch, and it's incredible. Yes, and that in itself is quite an achievement. So if people want to watch it, they can go to that. We'll tell you a bit about that a little bit later on towards the end of the interview. But so in terms of the awards that you've won then, what exactly were they for? For the writing and for the music, and it was I can't remember the last one, but we won those two, so that was great. That was absolutely. And in terms of funding, you mentioned before that you had no funding for this, so you had to make a decision whether you were going to go ahead and go forwards, and I suppose self-fund it partly, as there's always going to be costs involved. Now that you've won these 2 awards, that you've been recognised in that regard, does that open more funding opportunities for you for the future? We're certainly going to promote it that way, but on a personal note, I've known a lot more people come forward now and offer more help. So certainly the next project we go to, which we've got a few in the pipe, which could be a murder mystery, could be something else, but we're certainly going to approach people now and say, look, this is what we've done with nothing. If you give us some money, I'm sure we could achieve a hell of a lot better. And that's what we're getting it, as you mentioned already, onto Amazon Prime, so it's available, I suppose. Is that to the worldwide audience then? It's available to the UK and America at the minute. Right. They can, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free. If not, you can download it on there. So yeah. And it's called Helltel, which is H-E-L-T-E-L. Exactly. It's not double L. That's not right. That sort of hotel. And in terms of it being on Amazon Prime then, did they just notice it and pick it up? Did you have to pitch it to them? How did that that happen?
No, we've already got some work on there existingly, so went to the same people, went through the process of having it closed captioned, goes through the approval process, and then there we are. So.
And of course you'll be making a little bit of pennies off the back of that then, I suppose.
It's a strange sensation, but money's coming back in now, so not used to that format.
Ready for your next big project.
Hopefully, yeah.
And you mentioned that you've got a couple of ideas in the pipeline, a murder mystery you mentioned there.
It's something for a long time. It's meant to be a murder mystery based on the early hours of New Year's morning called Broken Resolution, so I've been trying to do it for a long time. So
that's quite a different thing to a comedy in a health spa. So in the meantime, you go back to managing your health spa as well?
Absolutely.
And how did they feel about this? Of course, you've shot them into fame, I suppose, using them as a location.
You hope so. We use different outside, different locations and that, but certainly it's a family-run business and they've been very supportive, which has been lovely.
But you're not going to film your murder mystery there?
I'll ask them, but
you need an old manor house or something like that.
That would be
It's been
ideal.
lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your success, both with the awards and with Amazon Prime. Hope it opens some new doors for you. And we'll see you next time here back in the studio for your next award or your next film. Chris, it's been lovely to meet you.
Thank you.